What if one of the most important places in your cat's life feels uncomfortable, stressful, or even unsafe right now? Not the food, not the toys, not the cozy place by the window, but the one place they rely on every single day: the litter box. For you, it's routine. You clean it, you maintain it, and you move on. But for your cat, it's something completely different. It's about safety, control, and trust. When your cat uses the litter box, they are in a vulnerable state. They cannot react quickly, they cannot defend themselves easily, and they are fully exposed. That means everything around them suddenly matters. The location, the noise, the smell, the space, the feeling. If even one of these feels wrong, your cat notices it immediately. And when that discomfort happens again and again, it slowly turns into stress. And stress always changes behavior. Stay with me, because some of these mistakes are obvious, but others are subtle and easy to miss. And yet, they completely change how your cat experiences this moment. Number 1. The wrong location. Cats prefer calm, predictable environments. If the litter box is in a busy hallway, near loud machines, or in a place where people constantly pass by, your cat never fully relaxes. They enter quickly, they stay alert, they scan the environment, and they leave fast. To you, it might look normal, but to your cat, it feels unsafe. A better location is quiet but not isolated, easy to reach but not exposed to sudden movement. When your cat feels safe approaching and leaving the box, everything changes. Number 2. Not enough litter boxes. One box may seem enough, but for cats it often creates silent pressure. One cat waits, another avoids the box, and you may never notice it. Experts recommend one box per cat plus one extra. Choice creates safety, and safety reduces stress. Number 3. A box that's too small. Your cat needs space to turn, dig, and adjust comfortably. If the box feels tight, it creates physical tension, and that tension directly affects how safe your cat feels. Number 4. Only one exit. Imagine being in a vulnerable position and suddenly something appears behind you. A sound, a person, or another animal, and there is only one way out. That feeling creates anxiety instantly. Cats remember that. Number 5. Inconsistent cleaning. Cats rely heavily on smell. A box that seems fine to you may already feel unpleasant to them. They don't complain loudly. They tolerate, they adjust, and eventually they avoid. Number 6. Sudden litter changes. Cats rely on consistency. A new texture or smell feels like a completely new environment. That creates uncertainty. The better approach is gradual change, so your cat can adapt and stay in control. Number 7. Placing the litter box too close to food. In nature, eating and elimination are always separated. When those areas are too close, your cat feels discomfort, even if it is subtle. Number 8. Ignoring subtle warning signs. Cats communicate quietly. Hesitation, looking around, or avoiding the box are early signals that something does not feel right. Many cats don't suddenly develop a problem. They try to tolerate it first. They adjust, they wait, and they try to make it work. But over time, that quiet stress builds until behavior suddenly changes. This is why small changes matter so much. Moving the box slightly, adding one more box, or making the space calmer can completely change how your cat experiences that moment. Your cat is not being difficult. They are reacting to how the environment feels. The litter box is not just a place. It is a daily experience your cat evaluates again and again. So take a moment today and really look at your setup. Is it quiet? Is it safe? Is it easy to access and easy to leave? Because once it feels safe to your cat, they don't just use it, they trust it. And that trust changes everything. And here is something even deeper to understand. Your cat does not judge the litter box the way you do. They don't think in terms of convenience. They don't think in terms of design or placement aesthetics. They experience it moment by moment. When they step into the box, they scan the environment. They listen for movement. They notice vibrations in the floor, distant sounds, and even subtle changes in smell. What seems insignificant to you can be highly relevant to them. If the space feels unpredictable, they stay tense. If it feels controlled and familiar, they relax. That difference alone can determine whether your cat feels safe using the box or not. This is why some cats develop problems slowly, not because something is dramatically wrong, but because many small things add up over time. A slightly noisy location, a box that is a bit too small, cleaning that is just a bit inconsistent. None of these alone seem critical, but together they create a completely different experience. And your cat reacts to that experience, not to your intention. So if you want to improve your cat's behavior, you don't need to train your cat. You need to adjust the environment. Make it calmer, make it clearer, make it predictable. And once you do that, you will notice something surprising. Your cat will not just use the litter box more comfortably, they will move differently. They will behave differently. They will feel different. And that is the real goal. Because a relaxed cat is a confident cat, and a confident cat is a happy cat. So the next time you look at your litter box setup, don't just ask if it is clean or functional. Ask if it truly feels safe. Ask if your cat would choose this place if they had options. Ask if anything in that environment could create even a small moment of hesitation. Because those small moments are where behavior starts to change. And once you start seeing it from your cat's perspective, everything becomes clearer. You stop guessing. You stop reacting to problems. And you start creating an environment where problems don't appear in the first place. That is the difference between managing behavior and understanding it.